views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts, guests, and contributors, and do not reflect the official views of Real TV, its management, or affiliates. Content is provided for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to Redemption, a road to rehabilitation and recovery. I am happy today. It's a third episode, and I have somebody with me today who I consider as a brother. Now, in life, we go through so much, and we relate to people. And sometimes what we go through and relate to people, it makes us, that is why you say, some people say blood thicker than water. But when you're thirsty, you drink water, you don't drink blood. And I have gained so much family members that actually help me in position, encourage, bring us in every single way. And no matter what, I consider these people as brothers. They will call me brother. We're there for each other. So this morning we with a young person. His name is Akil Thatcher. What I will do is just let him introduce himself.
Brother, good day.
This is a blessing.
Nice to be here. Feel refreshed. Good to see you. Everything good. Let me get started.
So, Akil Thatcher, 34 years. When Saturday come in.
Yeah.
So this is also a blessed episode for him. It's his birthday coming off, and you're going to hear this, the well of experience and growth with this individual. The wealth of talent, because you've seen somebody here who has achieved so much, but life, and then afterwards, what you see, people you meet, things just develop in way. Akil, before you entered incarceration, tell us a little bit about your life before, and what would have led to the point, or what made you make those decisions to end up incarcerated?
Well, firstly, the proper guidance wasn't really there, and I didn't have much support from parents, especially my mother, because she was a single mother. But when my father was around, he used to be around, like totally. That on itself is a weight for a child to carry when you don't have that support, knowing that you like certain things, you like certain sports, you like certain activities, you're talented in certain fields, and your parents don't push you. So that will bring a rot to you, bro.
Well, I want to highlight something you said, right? A lot of times in Trinidad, we complain that the fathers are not there. And he said your mother wasn't there, but your father was there.
Yeah,
so this is show you how important both parents are, because I would have ended up in a single parent home where my dad as well was there. My mom left, but because of circumstances, my mom went through an abusive relationship with my father. And my dad was there, but he never showed that little support and attention. Now, what I like is, this show is about identifying patterns. And one thing is, you could talk about confidence and support. I really like that. And you all learn later on the confidence this guy have. The things I wish I could have done is what he done. You know, you all learn. So during that period, what would have been some of your how to say it, your rebellious act, through not getting that support, not having that confidence? You know?
Now, when you would not gain that support, the next thing you have to do is go and look to other people for support, which is the outside world, outside of your household. You're going and look at certain people as role models. Might be the pusher, might be somebody who just doing something all the time, and then because there's big people around, you will say, hey, I go look up to this person, I go take advice from this person. You understand? It mightn't be the crowd that you're supposed to be with. But you're looking for support. As a child, it is always look for support. You understand? And if I gain that support from you, although you're doing X, and I know it's Y I supposed to do, we're going and do X.
Now, again, you all see the pattern. Douglas would have talked last week, role models. I would have spoke about role models. This is how important role model is. Coming up the road, we're talking about something, so we just kind of jump in a little bit. Barbershop talks.
Yeah.
Now, this is something, currently you're a barber. We will get into that. We put in a little, we just put in a little touch of icing for you first, and then we go come back. And we would have been talking about using the barbershop as a form of mentorship for kids, for parents, bring them in, especially your barbershop, because you want to gear this and start this. You'll mentor to them, let them know what they need to do, what they have to do, show them your experience of life, and let them know this does make sense. Now, seeing that, if you had this at that point in time, the change you would have made would have been different. Now, so you end up in, what age you end up in YTC?
From 14.
14 years old. So that was, what year that was?
That was 2009.
2009. So I was in YTC at 2004, left at 2015. So you came in, you met me. 2009, we was in cell blocks.
2012.
We was in cell blocks at those time, and then afterwards we got into the dormitories.
No, you was on the dormitory.
Oh, so respect was already there?
Yeah.
Right.
I was in the cell blocks because I know getting incarcerated.
Oh.
I was now
Then-
doing my 3 years.
So how was it for you when you now entered that YTC as 14 years? How was it?
Honestly, bro, when I now entered YTC, it was something where I thought I could not do. But a man who I consider as a father, which is Mr. Stewart, he never made this a prison. He never made it a prison. Tears want to come out of my eyes saying this. Mr. Stewart was my biggest supporter.
Mr. Stewart. And
Like, honestly, though, it never had a day. I can't thank you, boy.
And I had to share this program because with Mr. Stewart as well, right? Mr. Stewart came in and saw people, and what was nice, he's always say a proverb, a city without walls will crumble, right? There always have to be an order. And he helped so much of us. Mr. Stewart came in, he saw you. Now, I don't want to rush this stuff because there's so much talent in you and what you did in YTC. But I want to get at that fact, from the time you leave outside, being able to eat all this lovely food. And I have to emphasize about food because I know there's plenty of we love we belly. And we give up this aspect to come into our prison to eat what? 2 bread?
2 bread.
Wakam,
Tea.
some tea. And sometimes we call the tea what drain water, how it's look?
Drain or sulfur tea. Or
Sulfur
something.
tea. And to know you give up that, you enter prison. First day you enter, you had to take off your clothes in front of somebody.
In front of 2 men, they had a strip that break in you one time. But as I said, even though that was a downfall for me, that same said man, Mr. Stewart, he make this thing so, he make rehabilitation comfortable. You understand?
Correct.
He make me believe that, hey, not because you're here, your mind going to be here. You understand? I had so much opportunities. I think you and all would have experienced that because I never used to be in YTC most of the times.
Yeah.
You understand? I would have go White Up. I start from ADP. You understand?
Mr. Pilgrim.
The Adolescent Development Program. I start from ADP. And from there, we keep moving forward. From ADP, I went to White Up. From White Up, I was the last semester in hotel school.
Now, you say something earlier on, right? And I don't think a lot of people know this. When you now get, because you're talking about you get sentenced after, right? Or while in remand, you did ADP.
No, when I get sentenced, I did ADP.
Right. So when you get sentenced in YTC, I don't know if the program is the same way. Now it's YTRC. They would set you to set 3 programs, I think, at the beginning. Is ADP, to make sure and develop your attitude, see your level of skills. They would organize to have a skills fair to put in place where you're going to work in a department and a sport. Correct?
Yes.
But Now, what I want to say, and taking this little time to say, thank you for the people who would give their time up to come in YTC and even in prisons to see that we are human beings. And I'm saying we because I don't want to say there because I was there. We are human beings, and they understand that wrong choices was made. These people came from society. They never was born in prison, and then went to maybe change. Now, ADP, because there was a lot of kids who didn't know how to read or write.
None.
Right?
None of them.
And this ADP would actually get a teacher from phonics level go up. Right? So, but
From ABC, from
ABC.
from ABC.
So, question: how was your schooling before incarceration?
I was always a bright student. I never had low grades because I did love my work. I did love school. You understand? But I just didn't have the parental guidance to really say, well, hey, you have to go every day.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, the way you're doing nothing wrong in school today, I was just rebellious. You understand? Over the years when certain things just happen and I noticed, well, bro, look how much people done go on playing football there. You're supposed to go and play with W Connection. Your mother ain't buy the boots.
Wait, you used to do keeping too?
Nah, football, that's football.
In school?
Yeah, football and boxing.
And so I want to talk about something that we would have spoken about. Protecting somebody. Right? So sometimes do not feel that just because somebody don't have something they're going to do crime. Some people are protecting somebody. And sometimes the only choice they're seeing is to do something wrong. Not thief. Not take something to get yourself in a violent situation and they get locked up. Should they be judged? Should they be condemned for that? No. And you would have indicated that protecting somebody that is what caused you to be incarcerated.
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to dive into that because this show is not, and I want to emphasize on this. This show is not about what you did to end up in prison. This show is about how your life was before, what happened inside it, what was the changing point, and how it was outside. Because I don't want to glorify nothing about what you did, and I don't want it to put you in an uncomfortable position. So, in incarceration, you get the opportunity, you did ADP, Mr. Stewart put you into programs. You, how to say it? You made the best of the situation. You used to be outside of the prison regularly.
Every day.
Right?
Every day.
Now, there's certain programs, we'll come to the after programs. You was a part of Best Village, Prime Minister's Best Village, and you all made history.
The first time we entered, we came second.
Came second, and by how much points? By 0.5 points.
5 points.
So imagine a first time entry. I used to sit down in the gymnasium and watch these people act. And I used to like, I mean, I could act, but the type of acting going back in the days, drums,
And Chantwell and Dam Lauren and
these
all these.
talent.
Yeah.
Imagine at first, and we played another controversy. What's the only reason why they lost?
Because we was inmates.
Inmates and first time entry. That's a little controversy we put in there, but honestly, because everybody was so,
Into what else we was doing.
yeah, they were so into it and they loved. So, yeah, what happened? You all hear the little in the before protection, this thing. You're hearing a little nice sugary substance there with the incarceration of some of the programs. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to dive into some of the programs and some of the things he did in YTC. And we're going to let you know, do not give up, right?
Never.
Let's take a break.
Look and feel your best with JD's Supercare. From top beauty brands and skincare to personal care, health, and household essentials, you'll find everything you need at prices you'll love. With 7 convenient locations across Trinidad and Tobago, shopping is always easy. JD's Supercare. beauty, value, and convenience. Visit your nearest store today.
Looking for quality, variety, and great prices? Visit JJ Merchandising and Hardware. From household essentials to toys, party supplies, gifts, and all your back-to-school essentials, we've got everything you need under one roof. Visit us today at 80 High Street, San Fernando. Call 222-8284 or WhatsApp 764-4739.
Call CW Interiors to get your free consultation on custom fabricated blinds and shades. Choose unique classic or modern designs in wood blinds, revolve blinds, Shangri-La shades, roller shades or vertical blinds to match any home or office interior. Functional for privacy and controlled natural lighting in your room. You can even have them motorized for extra comfort and convenience too. Are you ready to get measured? Call CW Interiors, making quality affordable.
Welcome back to Redemption, a road to rehabilitation and recovery. Today here we have a gifted young man, Akil Thatcher, turning 34 this Saturday. So those of you who watching the show, give him a prayer, wish him all the best. Those of you, you could pass by his barber shop, bless him up. You watching it on YouTube, send out their blessings for him. Because for a young man who was incarcerated, came out a lengthy period of time, 34 years old. A lot of people didn't reach his years, you know. This age, a lot of people didn't reach, and we want to bless God for that. So, before we went on the break, we would have started talking about programs in YTC, and we was talking about the Best Village program. Now, Akil, one of the things in Best Village that stood out to me with you was your voice. You know, sometimes we doesn't have because I used to write rap music at them time and to ask me to rap. I get too old for that. I mean, too young, sorry. But you doesn't know that you have this talent. And you would have exercised and expressed. You had some wonderful calypsos, the voice, in the competitions. How much would you won?
As I was doing 3 years. And 3 years I was calypso king. Again, if it wasn't for Mr. Stewart, I'd never know I could actually write a calypso. I never know I could actually open my mouth so much. Because I never used to talk. I was always a serious person. I never used to smile. Growing up, I know everything being serious. That is how I grew up. But when I came YTC and Mr. Stewart was like, hey, you have to sing, you have to do this, you have to come in and push it. He making sure. He went and got a bottle of honey. And it's we who start doing the honey hive in YTC. Because Mr. Stewart bought a bottle of honey for me. He said, this for your voice, you have a show next week. When I came and won the show, he make me write a song the next 2 days. He said, not going to stop. Then after we came and get the contract to do the Best Village.
Yeah.
Because we went, remember I was the first person to take them to Woodford Square.
Yeah.
The name of the title song was The Voice.
Nice. I imagine after all our years, I still remember, I think the song is When I Was a Little You.
Yeah.
I can't sing. Don't beat more people. I can't sing. But it's the fact that you was one of the star performer in the musical aspect of the Best Village.
Yeah.
You all consistently, you played drum, you did, it was Mr., who was the guy who taught the drum? I see him in Sando sometimes.
I can't remember.
A big, strong guy. But he was good, very skillful. There was Miss Weeks who went through.
She really responsible for a lot too. Although she never used to really be around me like that. She was always responsible for a lot of things that going on with me. Because she used to show me she needed me. You understand? And that, as I tell you, when you're getting that support and that drive from people, you just actually feel like more that oneness. So it's not like people pulling you down.
Yeah.
They're actually pushing you, and then somebody else go come and tell you, hey, you can do it. Somebody else come on and hey, you can do it, so they put you on a higher pedestal. And you just go in, my brother, by that feeling is something, it's phenomenal, boy.
It is, because that best stood out. You used to play pan too.
Nah, I don't like pan.
So he wasn't in the pan, he was in the... One thing, he was boxing
Yep.
with Mr. Arqui and Mr.
Nah, Mr. Cave,
Mr. Cave.
My original coach, he passed away.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Boxing. Then one thing I want to you was given, because of your outstanding behavior, your development and growth, you was given the opportunity to go out and work. So you just now, before we go to, you said just now you get a degree in hotel school.
Yes.
She was given the opportunity to go to this
Go hotels. I went Whiteup first. Then from Whiteup, I earned a CVQ. Then Whiteup. And they sent me straight to hotel school after.
All right. Right now, Whiteup, I think Whiteup needs a little more push than it's getting, because Whiteup plays a big role in the prison, a very pertinent role. My radio broadcasting degree and graphic not degree, certificate and graphic design from Whiteup, a lot of people depend on this, and I think they need that extra push. So from Whiteup, through Whiteup, you went to hotel school. After hotel school, there was given the opportunity to work, to earn an income.
Yeah.
Now, this is the type of things, because in my book, Letters of a Convict, I would have stated the pre-release in YTC is a perfect pre-release compared to the pre-release in MSC. Because MSP, sorry, not the MSP, MSP. MSP have a bill in 13 where they put like 13 people or 14 people in one big open area and a toilet alone. In YTC pre-release, yes, we know the age difference. But in order to prepare some, because it's a lengthy period of time he was incarcerated away from society. And in this pre-release, you have the responsibility. You get a TV, you get a couch set, you have fridge, you have more responsibilities. You get to leave, work, put in when you get your pay don't come in your pocket. I think the prison have an account system, they put it in and you go, but they take a percentage still. They don't take everything. What? Come on to right. And during that period now, you did schooling other than ADP? CXC?
Yes, I did. I remember I was going to school from before. So I get to go back to school, get all my subjects. I have 4 distinctions. 1 and 2 twos.
So in all is 7 subjects?
7 subjects.
Still, so take the opportunity. It's all about person's choice at the end of the day. Eh?
Bro, as I tell you, it's support. If I wasn't getting that support, I was always a scholar in school. But not with the right support, and you can stay home when you want and do what you want. But with men like Mr. Stewart who go in behind your back and come in and let you know, hey, when I come for your white season, don't play with me.
Believe me, and most of the people I bring in, they'll talk to Mr. Stewart. And I'm going to send this for Mr. Stewart, these things for him. And I want him to come on the show. I want people to see one of the person who showed all that belief in a lot of us. Because one thing with Thatcher, right? And I'm telling you all, he would have seen the potential in us as well in respect, because we was there umpteen years. We don't know when we coming out. We don't know what's happening. And he would still come and say, hey, brother, so, you know, you're good at this, help me out with this. Not afraid to ask for the help. And the thing about it, we there a period, we would help. You know, and it's always a nice thing to see all these programs and the willingness to change. But what I want to say is that now all the programs is nice, all the support, everything. Upon release, after that 3 years you spent, what happened after?
Bro, I honestly thought it would have been real hard. Because after you spend 1,095 days for somebody who never been incarcerated, you're honestly going to get institutionalized. Right? Prayers, a lot of prayers on myself, working with myself, sit down thinking, still getting support from certain officers who was in YTC with me and they living around the area, like Mr. John, Mr. Akwi, Miss Akwi, Miss Weeks. All these people and them was like, hey, there's not the end here. You never come out here to turn stone, you know? And I had something that I was really into, which is barbering. You understand? No, I didn't have the collateral to say, well, I'll go in and jump in a studio. You understand? Because I can sing.
Of course.
And I say, hey, you have this amount of money, you love barbering, open a shop. And from since then to now, I am a barber professionally. I have my own shop now. And honestly, bro, I think my journey to YTC was something destined for me because I would not be here. I give thanks for YTC, honestly.
You know, when I was in the adult prison, I would have met a guy named Dollars. And he got incarcerated again. But everybody would clarify, see those YTC days, even though it's not an incarceration period, what you learn from there, you will never learn anywhere else.
Never.
What you go through. Because all of us in respect, belief was you was coming out to be an artist. With your calypso and your soca, because it's not like something you was like no trying, you know. You knew how to engage with the crowd. You knew what type of songs to bring. You knew the way to articulate everything. And we always expected that. And then you also did your boxing. We didn't really expect you to venture out into boxing. The barbering, we thought it was just a hobby. Right? So I'm telling the expectations of us. Right? We more expected, okay, music, because I think you did lament that, hey, you want to push forward this music. But sometimes, because I wanted to push forward my rap music too, because I used to write. But sometimes...
No, but you remember at that time when you come and you were singing for us and you actually sung good, you had some lyrics?
I lyrical, that's why I had 3 poem books and I still have more. But if I ever do get the chance, I would. I would still bring out a rap song, a little thing. Thank God for AI, so I could sing like a song, I could sing and rap with. No, but as you say, we always had expectations. So thinking about this, right? You know, fellow prisoners had this positive expectation of you. Because it have people, you remember
Akko, everybody, all these fellas and them just come and support my business.
With all the gold teeth, and everybody always say Akko win and get in crime again and die.
Nah, Akko.
No, but that was the expectation.
Akko
working in a lawyer office now.
Akko is going very good.
I don't want to sell out too much of his stuff without his permission, but as I saying, this is what I like. Everybody expected the worst out of him. And he came out even with all that gold teeth and he like, hey, I will show all you. And he's doing so exceptional.
Look like Oba and all too.
I want to get in contact with these fellas though. I had to get a number soon.
Right.
Because I would like them to come on the show.
When I went and see Oba, I see Oba actually stand up talking to children.
See?
Now, in my barber shop, I just talk to all them children and them. Because I don't think they want to experience half of the things that I experience in life.
True.
You understand? No, we turn big men, and if it's not a role, then you can't be no model. If you understand what I say.
If you was never in a role, you can't
be no
don't
model.
be the fake person.
You understand? So, honestly, I just try to let them know why certain things you're not supposed to go about doing, certain ways you're not supposed to carry about yourself as a young man. You know, people watching we skin complexion, there's have a big difference between we skin complexion and lighter skin complexion, so they could understand what it is we had to face one time that way.
True.
You understand?
Well, what we're gonna do, because we have some nice stories still coming here, let me take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue.
For over 50 years, we've kept TNT's motor industry moving. From the legendary 1970 Ford Cortina to today's newest models, We stock parts for old and new vehicles, including Japanese brands. Gaia's Motor Supplies. Call us today for your quote.
From plants and fertilizers to tools and supplies, Cam's Agro Supplies and Nursery has it all. Visit us today or call 362-8939 or 343-8018.
Need pickup parts fast? Excess Marketing Limited has new and used pickup parts at unbeatable prices. Quality parts, reliable service. Call us today.
Welcome back to Redemption, a road to rehabilitation and recovery. We're here with Akil Thatcher. He, at a young age of 14 years old, was incarcerated. He would have explained some situations before incarcerated. He would have explained that the eye-opening experience he get while incarcerated. And through Mr. Sterling Stewart, then superintendent, who became commissioner after, without him, a lot of people would not change. We spoke about, if you're just tuning in, we spoke about the Best Village. He would have led a lot of the musical in Best Village. He won three Calypso Monarchs in YTC with the competitions. How our expectations was he was going to become an artist when he come out. He explained YTEP. Through the YTEP, he would have gone to hotel school. After that, he would have been able to go and work in Arawak. Some programs, Fine Choice.
Diana.
Oh, you said the places.
Republic. This place in Trin City by Cafe Caribbean.
Here the places.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't believe. Now, this is why I like these companies. Now, I'm going to reach out to them for some sponsors because they're endorsed and for you all to change, give you all the chance. And this is what society needs. We need some companies like these to give people a chance when they come out of prison. Because if you blacklist people when they come out, they are just going to play a part in the recidivism rate. And you're going to say, oh, watch that person, that criminal. No, you help push them back into that situation. But kudos to those people. We love them. Need to get some contact with them. But yeah, and what about for Brother Greenwich? Did you work for him?
No.
Right. So you had some people who actually allow people. Now, upon release, whilst I was in MSP, now seeing being outside now and away from MSP so long, I just had to force my mouth to say MSP. Because the type of work I do as well, I work alongside carriers and so yeah. So we would have joined a debate competition and we was very skilled, but we needed haircuts. We needed to look sharp. And I know you end up reincarcerated. After how much years?
After 8 years.
After 8 years, he was reincarcerated. Now, what was the reason for that reincarceration? Because a lot of people go say, oh, that is a typical criminal. Look, you see, you get 8 years period, you're back in prison. What went on?
Honestly, it was just envy around my circle. And my own friends came and set me up. I got a whole frame case. Thank God I came and won that case. I'm free today. As Gabriel, thanks for that. Honestly, I wasn't going to continue on the road of rehabilitation because I just find like it was so messed up. You understand? And everything just happened one by one coming out. When I came out from that incarceration, I lost my dad. And I was like, bro, it didn't make no sense here going and try to do certain things to get justification for what? Lead that to the Lord.
You know, cutting in between. Because you say something real, you say something about back-to-back certain things that are real rich. Firstly, you came out, jealousy. Now, this is the next thing I'm telling you so much. I like stories with plenty of people. I was talking to a pastor Now, this is a little something like it too, and I want to see if I could bring her on already. But I was talking to Pastor weekend, and she asked the question, why when you're in prison, your family support you so much, but when you come out, sometimes they want to, like they want to rule your life. So a lot of family members get jealous that you start to elevate, and that was my situation.
Not my family members. My family members, I was actually distancing myself
From
family. You understand? Because if something happened to them, I have to react.
Okay.
You understand? So I was trying to get my mindset out from the, you have to defend everybody. You understand? See about yourself. Try and fix you, and then you could fix others.
And
you understand?
That is where you came to the jealousy with your friends as well.
Yeah.
And I don't want to stick on your friends too much because, yes, friends, my situation is where I followed bad company, did something. Over here now, your friends would have been jealous. You got yourself in the situation, you end up incarcerated. Now, whilst incarcerated, now, sometimes you have to look at the positive outcome too, right? As I said before, we had a debate competition. You could go up on YouTube right now on Trinidad and Tobago Prison Interstates debate competition. You'll see all these sharp haircuts. He did it. But you spend that time in YTC. Now you didn't know how adult prison was. Now you get what, a month, a couple months?
2 months.
2 months in the adult prison and you saw it. So now you learn something different. And you came out and seeing that you come out and you had, although you probably had the same mindset to grow more, but you had a little extra boost with something, a little more knowledge. You're like, all right. Because honestly, I didn't expect to ever see you incarcerated again.
Me too.
When I saw you, I was shocked, but I still take the opportunity to ask the officers to take you out because I know you're skilled. Let me look like a human being again, because you know always look beard down. I tell you, my beard get big so already. Right?
So, the whole thing about that whole incarceration when I turned an adult, that was something totally different. And to know that officers, inmates, not even treated me like if I was a criminal, was my drive, my fuel to want to come back out here and do something. From the time I see that, I sit down and I talk to my friends and I was like, because we have a lot of friends there.
Yeah.
So I sat and I was talking and I was like, bro, my next move when I go there, I have to have my own shop. I'm not going to rent a station. I'm not going to do nothing with nobody. I have to have my own shop. And I was like, yeah, go for that, go for that. Officers never treat me like a criminal. I think after that, I was on the corridor every day.
Yeah. Yeah, and seeing that, yeah. Because officers used to take you out to trim them too. No. I want to touch on something fast because honestly, I can't think about it. After 8 years, to know that, hey, you're going to get locked back up after all that. That feeling to know you had to go back into this place. That was like mental, eh? Wasn't mental? How was it for you?
I take it as a checkpoint from the Lord. Because if it wasn't like that, it would have been something else.
True. Looking at it like that?
I take it as a checkpoint from the Lord because with that, they end up sending me over to Golden Grove after. And the riot came and took place because of that same case. After when I came out, I ended up in Golden Grove. And the riot came place and take place. When that happened, everybody else except me. I was the only man. An officer do so and pulled me up. He said, hey,
What are you
doing here? And walk me through all the officers that beaten everybody. And I was just like, bro, you too blessed. You're not supposed to go back out there and do nothing out of time and don't even think out of time and focus. Don't lose focus. You understand? And as I tell you, when I came out, I ended up losing my dad on the 9th of August. And all them time when I was done into, hey, you and your father, all you had to get together, do things, do more. Stay with your father, make sure your father doing the correct thing, make sure you doing the correct things. You understand? Because that was that I'm the split image of me.
Yeah.
You understand? I am the split image of my father. So I used to always, that was always that thing I wanted to do, make sure my father good. You understand? Because he used to always make sure everybody good.
Yeah.
And so happened, he came and died, he was murdered. And that make my life turn around totally. After that,
Now, see, so you just don't say you separate yourself from family because you didn't want that to feel like you have to defend everybody. Now, this is going to be a little deep in the way, right? So your father was murdered. In that situation, knowing that you came from that position, always feel like you had to defend somebody. And you know that your father ended up in this situation now. What was your mindset in that? Now,
honestly, I was contemplating it, but about 3 days after, I dreamt my father, and he was like, I'm so happy with what I is. You don't need to do nothing, you don't need to just pray. I'm watching you and just pray. I wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, tears in my eye. I said, nah, because I didn't get to go to the funeral, nothing. And all these things was something that it was on my chest, you know, knowing that me and that man so close and we didn't really get to say goodbye, and you know, then to somebody take your life.
yeah.
That it sit on me now, because now that I have a daughter, I wish my father could have been around. You understand? So honestly, after that dream, I was like, that's too real.
Yeah.
I said, nah. I said, bro, sit down, write back over your script, and that's how you have to go. Yeah.
Father, make sure, like, you know, to go down that road.
He said, don't
keep
do
in
that.
God.
He said, don't do that. I'm good at what I is. That's what the dream tell me. He said, I'm good at what I is. You don't need to do nothing. I'm happy. I ain't doing, because he used to do drugs. He said, I ain't doing no drugs. I ain't drinking. I ain't nothing. I'm good. I'm happy. And that is what actually gave me the peace after my father died.
That's that very deep, you know. Take a second to think about that, because some people is boil vengeance, and I like the fact that it takes a very big, and I just can't say adult. It takes a very big adult to come to the conclusion that it happened. It happened. I'm not going to make myself get in a situation where I'm going to regret or turn or everything going haywire. It happened. So what? I love my father still. And we say, I'm going to forgive and move on and build me.
You have to. If you keep that inside, it come like you get a cut. And if you keep digging that cut, you will never heal. People go think you're sugar.
Yeah.
You understand? But if you leave that cut and just let it heal for itself, on a natural, you understand? You will know how nice your skin gonna glow and feel. You will feel nice. But honestly, up to this day, I don't believe my father did. I swear.
And he doesn't feel it.
He
doesn't feel it. All right. So when we come back, I want to hear about this barbershop talk, because we need some place, safe place for kids and people to feel comfortable to talk and make that change.
Not just kids. It's adults too. Adults is going through the things too. And
So-
we need to be there. We need to be with brothers, keeper. That is just the whole thing. The whole shop talk is just to be there for we people.
So when we come back, we're going to emphasize on it a little bit. Let us take a break and we'll come back here on Redemption.
Looking for quality, variety, and great prices? Visit JJ Merchandising and Hardware. From household essentials to toys, party supplies, gifts, and all your back-to-school essentials, we've got everything you need under one roof. Visit us today at 80 High Street, San Fernando. Call 222-8284 or WhatsApp 764-4739.
Look and feel your best with JD's Supercare. From top beauty brands and skincare to personal care, health, and household essentials, you'll find everything you need at prices you'll love. With 7 convenient locations across Trinidad and Tobago, shopping is always easy. JD's Supercare. Beauty, value, and convenience. Visit your nearest store today.
Call CW Interiors to get your free consultation on custom fabricated blinds and shades. Choose unique classic or modern designs in wood blinds, revolve blinds, Shangri-La shades, roller shades or vertical blinds to match any home or office interior. Functional for privacy and controlled natural lighting in your room. You can even have them motorized for extra comfort and convenience too. Are you ready to get measured? Call CW Interiors, making quality affordable.
Upgrade your ride with V Marketing Auto Accessories. Quality accessories, great prices, and everything your vehicle needs. Call us today.
Welcome back to Redemption, a road to rehabilitation and recovery. Our aim for this show is literally for us to identify patterns in people who have made wrong choices in life, not condemning them, but utilizing the experience and everything. For parents to see it, identify it in the kids, and through us we could talk and we could let hey, we have programs. We're going to talk about the barbershop talks. So if you know your child is going through a situation, you could bring your child at the barbershop talks. Help the mentorship. Let us bring back our community. I am really getting fed up of everybody just keep on putting bars, and building a prison inside their house to feel safe. I want to let us bring back a community that we don't need any kind of SOE, nothing like that, and we just going to try to feel safe, because long time, I'm older than you, so I know you're really young. I tell somebody that they say, again, turning 40, that's not, He said, nah, you're looking 40 at all. But anyway, in my days, I remember one of our neighbors, even on the road, have an event for Christmas. You don't have to wait for invite.
Yeah, they come, yeah.
You
Just
show up.
reach.
It don't have that again, and I want to bring back them time in. If I can bring back the dollar doubles, I'm thinking it'd be good. But the 150 travel, I think that, but we can't do that.
Right.
So barbershop talks, and where you explain what your goal is about it, what it is about, and actually you currently started already. So let me dive into that.
So when it comes to barbering, what I notice is that I have a lot of single mothers. You understand? With boy children. And honestly, them not strong enough to do that alone. You understand? So sometimes they will need that male figure to let them know, hey, we watching you. You understand? And I'm watching you good, because although I don't want to put my hand on nobody, I would never do something like that. Not even my own kids. I can't beat my children. It has something, them youth man, and I'm like this Afro thing. You do bad in test, we cut your hair low. You understand? It have repercussions for certain things. I want you to be the best. You understand? It has nothing other than the sky is the limit. You understand? It has some of them who will want to be on ranking thing. Now, bro, that's not the way.
Yeah.
Okay, spell this word. So you're trying to tell me you're bad and you don't have no sense. And it's not just that. I don't want you to think like every canal youth that growing up. I only have about 25 of them around me that I just really talk to. You understand? Youth men that had jobs, they finished school, they had jobs, they either going back to school or something. And it's not just for the youths. It have big men who just be going through problems. And It's not going to take 10 minutes to tell our brother, hey, we hire back, boy.
Yeah.
You understand?
Support.
And you could sit down and talk to me. You understand? This not leaving here. You understand? And the kind of things I just hear is like, wow, I really thought I was going through it. But when you see other people's situations and things, you just have to, sometimes you might hug a brother, you know, you might sit down and all, you just have to talk and he let you know everything. What you think you had to do as somebody who they're looking up to, you have to give the correct advice. I can't come and tell you, hey, go and do this, go and do that, to put yourself in trouble. You wouldn't look up to them again.
That's correct.
You understand? So my thing is not just we youths, but strong man, this strong man, big macho thing that out of season.
Yeah. Yeah, correct.
And for me, it's out of season. I is the type of person, I know I want to cry, I go in and cry. I have something to talk to my wife about, I'm going to speak to her. If I know I'm wrong, I will say I'm wrong. If I know I'm right, I still might say I'm wrong just to make sure I have my peace in my head. You understand? So it's just that. That shop talk, the shop talk is not just for the children alone.
It's for adults too.
It's for adults because, bro, look how much men, I don't know what is getting men to think it normal to kill a child.
Yeah, oh gosh.
You understand? This one rock my heart, Angelo, then Mercedes. We Prime Minister ain't even addressed we yet concerning that. Bro, that it rocked my heart. Why we don't have people looking out for we children?
Future.
Right? Here we go on with me about 3 weeks ago. I see a video on TikTok or on Facebook with a child right in Montrose getting beat up from some youth men and a car bounce the child after.
Yeah, on
Right?
TikTok.
But here was my biggest thing. It had a man passing and he's pick up all the money.
Yeah,
Pick up all the money.
that was really
So-
embarrassing for adult boy.
Hold up. Now, you just be passing begging people for help. Right? And you do something like that. Here, I want to ask him and stop him. No, I could have beat him up. We could have do something. We could have hit him. I say, I can't hit you because you done spoil everything for you already. You discard your blessings.
Yeah,
This was the time for you to play mad. And save small man.
yeah. And get our blessings.
Why people would have see and know that the giving you. You understand? So I say, me putting my hand on you not going to make sense. You done cut all your blessings already.
Mindset is something big. I would have never watched that way you say, right? And that is a very mature thing in that terms. You tell the guy, you know, you give up your blessings.
You give up your blessings.
That's real good.
I would have passed and help you. When I pass in with my family, I'll pass you $10. You'll pass in front of my barber shop.
Long-term benefits instead of short-term. A lot of we choose that
You
wrong.
understand? So imagine you to do so now and take all your madness and run and pick up small man and defend and push off everybody. How the whole of Montrose would have watched you?
True. Completely different.
You understand?
Food for thought.
They would not watch you as a madman. So they say, hey, he worthy of helping. Because although he mad in the night, he good in the day.
You know, food for thought, that's really good effort. And you're still saying the same thing before. Your choice at the end of the day to make the effort. So you have the opportunity in front of you, make the effort.
That
Now-
effort is everything.
With the barbershop talks, right? Now, it's a big story. From the mic, from behind bars to the mic, putting down the mic to taking up the scissors. Then now taking up the stand to help the future youths. Because you're correct, that single mother thing, it's devastating. A lot of men not taking up their responsibilities. And then afterwards, you don't have your barbershop talks just for kids. It's also for adults because men need to vent. But you also tell me earlier on, you cut here for autism. Everybody, you don't refuse nobody.
Nobody.
The only thing you refuse, if you come in my shop drinking with a nasty attitude and feeling like it's a alignment spot.
Nah, I don't encourage that at all.
You don't encourage that in your barber shop.
No alcohol, no liming, no disrespect, no nothing like that.
So on the screen, we will show, you'll see the location and the number. So if you think your child needs to get somebody to mentor and guide them, you will see the number, call it, book an appointment, because you have to go by appointments, huh? I'm telling you.
Some of them.
So you book an appointment, bring your child, you get a haircut, look sharp. Now, mind you, I know since we come, you're probably watching how my all hallmark and thing, eh? Like because I get up and I just shape it fast to come. The mark you're going to give your child and everything, the haircut is not going to look like this, eh? How it is right now. Looking at the top of your line. And he leaving with food for thought, knowledge, and a mindset that listening to this and, you know, and don't just bring a child once, because you need to have a consistency at that mentorship.
Yeah, that consistent. Bro, if we just stick and all the knowledge that we have, right? All the knowledge that my mentor, Mr. Stewart, gave to me. Because one of the things he tell me, he say, you can't spare the road and spoil the child. I telling you, I get real licks from Mr. Stewart. But I never get licks for no advantage in situations. You understand? And I just bring up scenarios with that man in my shop.
Taught we a lot, you know.
A lot. A lot. Up to this day, I still tell people like my father. You understand? So, this thing with this shop talk, this is not just, you see, from time you reach in that shop, you have to know your order. You don't have no pants down on bottom, pants on waist. That is how you wear pants.
Correct.
You understand? It have no, hey, thing on your gallivant. No, bro.
Yeah.
It don't have none of that. It don't have no drinking. You'll never see alcohol in my shop. I don't like it. I don't drink. So, that is something that even when children come around and I notice, hey, he's not a drinker. And he's still real cool.
That's it, yeah.
You understand? When them notice how cool you are, you're not a drinker, you're not a bad boy, you're not a block.
But they don't know the wealth of experience behind you.
You understand? So these are the kind of things that you have to let these children and them know. You understand? You don't have to be on the block to be somebody.
True.
You understand? You don't have to wait for validation from somebody. You align yourself to where you want to go and put your best foot first. If you're where you could rehearse, you could start over again, but put your best foot first.
If you make an error, I like how you say that, don't let that determine what your tomorrow going to
No,
be.
you can rehearse.
Learn from it and go.
You can
Learn from
rehearse.
it and move on. Now, this, you see, this simple thing is this. You're going to hear different line of stories. You hear a different perspective from Thatcher. A young person, what he going through, come out, going through whatever and still pushing. You know, the thing about it is, we want to make this difference. Right now, I'm trying to see if I get to revamp the mentorship program. Right? And I need to talk, we're trying to push with some people to revamp, because your barbershop talk is a pertinent thing I want to try to push as well, because the children is the future. Some of the adults make the decision and think that they're stick in their ways, they can't change, they could. But we need to safeguard this future, because we can't have children that crumbling. We need to rebuild this country and rebuild it in the fairness that, hey, where's the watchword? Together, no,
There is our motto.
the motto is together we aspire. I almost do like, yeah. And the discipline, the watchword, discipline, tolerance, and production.
Yes.
We have to have this discipline to move forward. The tolerance, the ability to tolerate all kind of things going on. Don't let it change. We and just keep into the line of production. We need to together, stick together. Because together we can aspire and together we can achieve. We need to grow. And I really love the fact that you come on here, because and somebody show you the first episode. And the thing about it, I am bringing on people who know the change and proud of me.
Story.
You know the story, because I fed up when I tell people, right, hey, You know, I was incarcerated. It's like, for what? Cussing an officer, spitting on somebody? I'm like, no, they don't. It's this way you see it now is not who I used to be before.
Yeah, for real.
And I was just some ignorant person. So I really appreciate the time you take to come this morning. We even eat breakfast yet. We even eat nothing. We just going through because at the end of the day, it's all about making a change. The barbershop talk, I want you guys to contact. Come in, bring your children. Once you know you're seeing any, identifying any patterns, bring them in. Let me make that change. Thatcher, he is a part of this growth, and I really love it. Thank you so much for coming on today. Now, in the next few minutes, you're going to see a song that he did when he was in YTC. Listen to it, check it up on YouTube, share it, and let me see. Hopefully soon we could get some work for you again on the mic. You could come out and bring something, hopefully soon. But for the while, thank you all for coming out today and viewing the show. Thanks so much, Thatcher. This is Redemption, a road to rehabilitation, where we're not just listening, but you're looking. And you're looking, not putting it on your cheek, you're putting it on your chin because you look and you didn't listen. And you learn. All right? Thanks so much. See you next episode. This is Redemption.
Pretty clothes and fancy shoes, that was all that they got to use. Never work no